Hello everyone, today we have new session of HR Analytics. In this session, we have to learn the year comparison report. So firstly, what is the year comparison report? So year comparison report is basically to compare the current year value with the last year value. So see, this is the headcount report. Currently we have 5 reports and the headcount is one of them. So this is the headcount report. So this is the current year values of this particular headcount. So these are the departments, and each department has total number of employees. If I am comparing this current year value with the last year, so see this is the last year total number of counts. Okay. So similarly, we have another report, the total gross. So we have to compare the current year total gross with the last year total gross. This is the gender-wise report. It compares the current month value with the last year value. Similarly, we have the fourth report, that is aging report. So I will just go here and correct the title. So it's a aging report. Okay. So this is the aging report where age group wise category is available. So currently we have only two categories, below than 30 and 31 to 50. Okay. And this is the fourth report, that is total number of employees in the current year. Okay. So if I am select any year from this drop down, suppose 2023, so all data reflect according to the 2023. Okay. So this is the 2023 current year and this is the last year head count. Similarly, total gross, this is for the current year and this is the last year gross. Similar, the gender and the aging reports. So let's start how we can create this dashboard. Okay. So firstly, I open a blank report. So go to the file, click new and create a new session. So this is the new session. Now I go to the get data, select the file and then open. Now my data is loading. Select the tables and then load. So now my data is already loaded here. If you want to see your data, so this is 35 records and this record also 35. Okay, so now I prepare the first report. So the first report is the head count. Okay, so this is the bar graph. So firstly I select the table. So for the head counts I need few more data. So I need the department, and second thing I want the total count of the specific or the current year. So to get the count in a current year, so create a measure and here I type the function. So firstly I type the filter function because I find a record of a specific period. So the table is others and the filter expression I type add function and here I type other and here I use the date of joining, and that is greater than that is greater than so that is greater than the 1st January of the specific year. So here I type the date function, and to find the year, so use the year function. Inside this year type max, because I want a maximum value or the maximum date of the specific date column. So here I type others, date of joining, bracket close, bracket close. So this max function returns the maximum date. This year function return the year of this particular specific date. Okay, means return the year function return the year of the max return the year of the maximum date, comma, month is 1, day is 1, bracket close, comma, second logic. So our date of joining is less than 31st of December. So how I type it? Date of joining less than equal to, again I type date function. Inside this here same max, and inside this max type other, date of joining. This is so this year function return the maximum year of this specific column. Okay, now type month is 12, day is 31, bracket close, bracket close. So this is the filter which I apply, and this filter function return a table. Now I put my cursor in the starting and type here the count function. The table is already written by this function, and the filter expression is, just a second, this is filter, and okay, so the table I get from this filter function, and the expression what I want. So I want to count date of joining. So here I type the other date of joining, bracket close, and enter. Let's see what it returns. So this is the measure. So one more thing I need to do here, I just rename the measure. So I type here total count and then enter. Now I select this total count. Sorry, I select this table, and so it returns an error. So if I click on see details, so the issue is text of comparison operation do not support value of type text with value of type date. So it's a data type issue. So I will just go to the data tab and check the column. That is date of joining, and I think this look like in a text format. So I am just converting this into a date format. Yes. Now my date format is correct. See, I am getting the result. The second step is we need to add one column that calculate the previous year total count. So how I can get the previous year total count? Create a measure. Type here last year count, and here I type the calculate function. In the expression there is a total count, and in a filter expression I type the same period last year function. So I don't need to again apply the filter function and apply the condition for the 2000 or 16 or 15, whatever the previous year. So I am just using the same period last year function, and inside this I type other and select the field name dot date, bracket close, and enter. See, now my measure is ready. If I am select this measure, so it's add here. Now the next step is find the variance. So how I can find the variance? Again create a new measure, and rename this measure as a variance. Okay, just a second. Again I select the new measure. Actually Power BI is very heavy software, so it takes some time to do some processing. So I rename this as the variance, and here I type total count last year count. So this is the variance in our table. Okay, it's ready. Now I go in the format tab and click turn on the title, and here I type the headcount report. Set the alignment, increase the font size. Similarly, go to the headers and apply the same formatting over there. Apartment sales. So this is the department, and this is the, so I go in the field formatting. No, not a field formatting. That is headers is already total. Okay, that is total. Okay, so before going ahead, I am just go to the values also and increase uh, size little bit. Okay, now it's okay. So this is the headcount report. Now I apply some conditional formatting. So go to the conditional formatting and select the number fields one by one. So total count, select the data bars. So this is the data bars is apply here. Now last year count. Similarly, apply the data bars, and the last option is variance, and again apply the data bars. So this is the headcount report which I prepared. One more thing, need to add the border. So go to the format and select the border. Now I go my and report, and the next report is total gross by department. So I select, firstly I select the table chart. and here I want the total gross salary. So total gross in the salary structure table. So I select the total gross. So this is the total gross, but I want a specific time period total gross. So I am create one measure here and apply the formula as earlier, which I already used to find the head count report. So here I type the filter and type the sheet name or the table name, filter expression. So here I apply the condition. So using the AND function, and I use the date function, date column here, but there is no date column inside this salary structure. The date column available inside the other table. So here I use firstly related function, and column name is other, date of joining dot date bracket close, that is greater than and equal to. So here I type date, year and max, and inside the max I need the other columns. I need the date column that is available inside the other table. So that is date of joining, comma 1 comma 1. Sorry, that is close. That is the maximum function close. Second close is this closing bracket for the year function, comma 1 and bracket close. In the logical to, I type again the other. So I type the other date of joining, but other date of joining is not coming, so I use the related function, and then other date of joining is less than equal to date, year, max, and here I type the field name, that is date, bracket close. The month is 12 and day is 31st. Bracket close, bracket close. Just a second, that is something incorrect. So I bracket close the related function here. Now I bracket close and bracket close. So this is the filter function is, this is why filter function is completed. Now before this filter function I use sum x function. So the table, I already get the table from this function, and okay, the filter and the table expression inside the end. In expression I type the total gross. So the salary structure total gross, that is total gross, bracket close and enter. So now I rename this measure. So current year total and enter. Now I select this current year total measure it's loading. Now my measure name is updated as a current year total. Now I want, this is the current year total gross. I want to comparison this total gross with the last year. So again I create one new measure and use a formula same period last year. So I type calculate, and in the expression I use the measure. So that is the measure current year total. Okay. So I use this calculation inside the same period last year. So the same period function, and here I am just selecting the table and the field name, bracket close and bracket close, and enter. So measure 2, again I rename this as a last year gross and enter. So select this graph and enable this last year gross. Now I go to the others table and select the department. So this is the result. Okay, now one more thing I need to correct it here. Unselect the total gross and select the chart. So I use this clustered column chart and extend this report. So if you see here, this is the total gross and this is current year total versus last year total gross. So I am just click one here and do some formatting here. So the title, select this alignment, x-axis, increase the size a little bit, z, increase the font size, and y-axis also. And enable the border. So this chart is prepared. Now the third chart is gender wise total count. So thank you for this session, and we will meet again in a new session and continue this dashboard.